Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
What's up, guys?
Hey, how we doing?
I'm doing good. I need to take my fucking headphones off.
Really?
Yeah, it's a little echoey in the headphones for some reason, but not on the recording,
Sounds great
which
to
is
me.
good. Don't touch my foot.
My feet have been chilling.
Welcome, guys. This is the OG. It's the Drop Dead podcast,
We're back.
except with, instead of Sean
Put
Morris,
the phone
it's
down.
Gavin Arbuckle, who's about to get fired from the podcast 'cause
Immediately.
he can't not text his girlfriend.
Thanks, guys. Happy to be here and really looking forward to the podcast tonight. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
nice
he
save. Nice
missed
try.
the last episode he was supposed to be on, but he's here now. He needs to literally unplug his phone and put it away.
It's fine. I'm not going to look at it.
It's gonna frustrate the shit out of me, but I'm okay.
Yeah.
It's a test.
It's
We'll
a
see if we're
test.
gonna invite him back next time.
Yeah, there we
He's
go.
really, he's got a lot to live up to right now.
But I'm excited. It's the actual Drop Dead podcast. This is what we started with.
Yeah, I'm excited.
First, I want to shout out Two Reels podcast. That's TWOREELS. That's my good friend from forever, Joey's podcast.
What are they about?
They're about movies and shit.
Really?
Yeah, check it out. He knows a lot about film. So
Does he know more about film than you do?
Ooh.
I know more about horror, but he knows
That's a good question.
he knows a lot about film as well.
Okay, good. Great.
Good. Okay.
Yeah, good answer.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, he too is very well versed when it comes to film.
Well versed. But to get into tonight's episode,
Yeah, what are we doing?
talking about
Do you both know and I don't?
yes,
Okay.
talking about just one crazy bitch,
Just one?
Katherine Knight.
Oh, Kathy.
Old
Kathy Knight.
So
I have no idea who that is.
really, so she's the first Australian female to ever get life no parole.
Okay.
She basically, by the end of it, she kills her husband. So I'm gonna give the whole story, but
I bet he sucked.
I mean, it sounds like she
Sounds
really.
sounds like this guy probably had it coming.
literally the opposite. Couldn't be more wrong.
Woman beater.
As usual.
Look, you've got to do
Nope.
some real
Actually,
fuck shit.
husband beater. Like she.
Oh,
So she.
reverse role.
That's sexist.
She's
Yeah, it is.
out of her fucking mind. She's like, so she grew up. She was sexually abused. She claims, her mom says it never happened, but she's got a really fucked up family by her like uncles. I think her dad too. Like basically, her whole entire every male in her family sexually assaulted her.
No
according
shit.
to her. I think this was back in 60s. So she's born in 55. So, she had enough at 15 for the abusive whatever shit was going on. She also was very mean. Like she would beat up kids. She was bigger, and she would just beat the shit out of boys, girls, whoever. She was.
Oh,
a
so
bully.
she'd beat up girls too.
Yeah, she was
Because
just
you'd think that immediately. She clearly has a hate for men, understandably, if she was molested.
Yeah, we'll get to that. It's interesting. She's got a hate for men, but like it seems to crave being in a relationship because she has like these multiple off and on again marriages and relationships through her whole life.
Really?
So
She just hates people.
She loves to hate.
so she left school at 15 and she went and got her dream job, working at a butcher, like a big, butcher plant.
Wait. So
Literally
her dream job was killing and
Slaughtering
cutting
animals.
Okay, yeah.
So she had her own set of knives that she hung above her bed. Like she sharpened them every day. She was very proud of her knife collection.
Wow.
Again, she left school at 15 and her IQ was quite low.
See, that would be all those things right there. These dudes that end up getting in a relationship with her. Red flag.
Yep.
Knives above the bed.
Yeah.
And she talks to them?
So that's my theme with this whole episode,
know.
which you're bringing up early, but I'm going to get to, is she must have the best pussy in the world.
I mean,
If she's still getting
No,
dudes.
I'll prove that throughout this before you say anything. But it has to be unreal. There's no other way.
I mean, well, all the crazy chicks have the best.
Well, yeah, but it must be. She's more than crazy.
I mean, I don't know.
She could
hanging
fuck.
above
She
the bed
stabbed
seems
one of
like
her
par-
husbands,
And he stayed
and he
with her.
came back later.
This is Australia, though. This is par for the course.
Right, it's normal.
This is. I mean,
This is 1960s Australia. This isn't fucking 1822 bulls. Fucking.
It ain't Germany,
she
bro.
was the first woman to get life without parole, though. They're like gnarly is normal down under.
You just counteracted your argument.
Did he?
She was the first one. That means there aren't very many.
I'm just saying, you got to do a whole lot of shit, And so these red flags are really just like a green light in Australia.
Okay.
She was just wanting to be number one.
I think that this is like a modern Australia. It's in the
50s. It's not.
I mean, it's not.
Oh well,
like,
it's not in the 50s. She was born in 55.
I think it's a little different. I don't think it's like the wild fucking West.
I mean, it ain't Florida.
I think no matter, even if what, I don't care when in society, in the world, if your wife stabs you, is not attractive and is really stupid, that you end up coming back.
I mean, it seems like
Dude, there's a lot of broken ass dudes too.
It's true. But actually, like, for the most part of what we know of all the dudes,
Winners.
I mean, no, they're like alcoholics, like, but never like beat her.
Really?
I think maybe like cheated on her and stuff, but like nothing crazy.
Nothing that would be like, oh yeah, that's a dude that would definitely come back to a chick that stabbed him.
Well, hopefully, yeah, no, I don't think so. Like, clearly, but that's what I'm saying. There's a piece in there, right? There's something that she had that they craved.
Maniacal tendencies.
So yeah, I don't know. So let's go back. We're back to her growing up. So her uncle, that was interesting. But her uncle killed himself. She's just a horrible childhood. Her father was an alcoholic and would use violence and intimidation to rape her mother up to 10 times a day.
Oh my god.
So clearly not the best. So she's growing up. So it's 1973. She meets David Stanford Kellett. It's her first husband. Hard drinking co-worker at the butcher place. But she like full dom.
Really?
So that's part, she's absolutely dominated him.
So she found a submissive butcher.
It's a rare breed, dude. That's like a fucking holographic Charizard.
Yeah.
You don't get those often.
So she asked him to marry her.
Okay.
Oh.
At her request, they got married a year later.
She's a bully, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. I shouldn't
Bully's
say
a
that
little
just because
harsh.
she
She
asked
gets
him
what
to
she
marry.
wants.
Yeah,
She's a
she knows what
go-getter.
she wants.
She's a go-getter. She doesn't
So-
take no shit. She sounds like a stand-up woman.
No.
Katherine Knight's own mother on the wedding night warned David Kellett, said, the old girl, this is him speaking, the old girl said to me to watch out. You better watch this one or she'll fucking kill you. Stir her up the wrong way or do the wrong thing and you're fucked. Don't ever think of playing up on her. She'll fucking kill you. And that was her mother talking.
On her wedding night.
She told me she's got something loose. She's got a screw loose somewhere.
On her wedding night. That's like...
The mom told the groom this on the wedding night. And this is him saying it back.
Right.
Probably after all the shit went down.
Yeah, he's just happy to be
On
alive.
their wedding night, Katherine Knight tried to strangle him after...
Was this what kind of? I mean, did she like really try to strangle him, or was this like
Was
some
this
slap and
sexual?
tickle? Went a little too.
If
far?
you report a attempt... No, so they fucked 3 times.
Okay.
He fell asleep. She got mad that he fell asleep, and in his sleep tried to kill him.
Okay, so whose fault is that?
Gavin? Are you going to do Mr. Contrary?
Of course, it's Gavin.
Oh, no.
That's what he does.
Oh, no.
Why did you invite me here?
No, I mean,
Do you?
have a good, argument at least.
Yeah, no. You can wake him up and be like, you fucking bitch. But I don't think you can kill him for it.
So that was just the beginning of a very violent relationship.
Right. Wedding night for damn.
Yeah.
That's a way to start things off.
Yep. So on one occasion, a heavily pregnant Knight burned all of his clothings and shoes before hitting him in the back of the head with a frying pan. Why? Because he arrived home late from playing darts.
What a dick.
He made the finals. He was in a competition, so it went a little longer.
Yeah. He can stay out as long as he wants.
Yeah.
Oh.
Man.
No, that's not
I don't
what I'm
know.
saying.
I mean,
I don't
either
think you
way,
should-
I don't think a frying pan to the back of the head.
The penalty doesn't whatever the crime, you know?
Yeah. I have to. All right. We'll be right back. And we're back.
Hey.
All right.
Made it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything sounds good.
Yeah. Well, like it did.
Yeah. Where was I, guys? So,
Kathy.
violent
Violent.
relationship with old David.
She tried to strangle him.
Yep,
after
wedding night.
He couldn't perform.
So, she's pregnant when all that happened. Well, then she hit him in the head.
Oh, frying pan.
Frying pan. So,
Darts game.
Darts game.
in 76, shortly after the birth of their first child, Melissa, Kellett left her for another woman.
Okay, see, he was warned against that. He got specific warning on his wedding night not to do that.
Well, no. He got warned. I don't think this is the one that ends up dead. He got warned.
He just got warned that she's crazy.
This dude did the right thing. He
What?
survived.
I mean, it's a lose-lose.
Yeah.
You stay with her, you're gonna get killed.
Yeah.
You leave her, you're gonna get killed, but you get some, at least get to be with someone else.
Right.
Right. You might find some happiness before you're murdered.
Yeah. So she wasn't that stoked on
She wasn't
it.
pumped?
He said he was unable to cope with her possessive, violent behavior. Wow.
What was
2
her
years
reaction?
later, the next day, she was seen pushing her new baby in a pram, which is a
Stroller.
Stroller.
These are the prime.
down the main street violently, like throwing the baby back and forth.
Oh.
How
How do you violently push a stroller?
she
What a bitch.
tried she put
You want to fucking go on a
sorry.
walk, you little
So-
fucking bitch?
the people saw this happening and let the authorities know, and she was put into a hospital where she was diagnosed with postnatal depression. They released her. Right after she was released, she went and put her baby on a railway to have it killed by a train, stole an axe, and went into town and threatened to kill people.
Wow.
Like ran around with
off
an
the
axe.
rails.
Yeah. Luckily, the baby was rescued. Someone saw
Right off the rails.
Someone saw the.
So she's just trying to get arrested at this point.
I don't think she cared.
That's a good way to get arrested.
So she was arrested.
Okay.
Baby was saved
Off the rails.
and taken to the same hospital, but she recovered and signed herself out the next day.
That's in. See, the problem here, when you are committed. See, I'm getting into muddy water here because it's like I don't think you should be able to sign your. It's like being in high school and being able to sign yourself out as like sick.
I did all the time.
I know. I don't think it was the right thing.
I mean, look. Okay,
Goody
these
two
are-
shoes over here.
No.
huh?
When you're 18, yeah, it's your prerogative. Do what you want. But as a minor, well, okay, I'm getting off subject here.
They messed up.
Yeah.
Bottom
They
line
let her
is
go. She tried to kill the baby.
I mean, she clearly probably was able to turn it off and on.
Yeah, but these
Yeah.
are two back-to-back acts where she should be getting locked up.
Well, so later, a psychologist later diagnosed her when she was whatever stuff happened with borderline personality disorder, which
great
would
one.
explain
Classic.
though the ability to be very charming, very able to get people back in her life.
Oh yeah.
And the next minute,
Psychic
Psychotic.
vampire.
Next minute, leave your baby on a train
Yeah.
track and carry an axe into town.
so
Yeah, to
somebody
kill
messed
people.
up. So a few days after that release, she slashed a woman in the face with one of her knives and demanded that the woman drive her to Queensland to find her husband. The woman escaped,
Jesus.
but he by the time the police arrived, she took a little boy hostage and threatened him with a knife.
Well,
so again, taken to the hospital. Knight told the nurses she intended to kill the mechanic at the service station because he had repaired her husband's car, and which had allowed him to leave. So 1 + 1 = 2.
Yeah.
And then kill both her husband and his mother when she got there. So this was, I don't know the date, but she was released again into the care of her mother-in-law, along with Kellett. Do you understand?
So they let her go to the people she wanted to murder most.
That's who they
so
released
a
her
few
to.
months in this psychiatric hospital, and they released her under the care of her mother-in-law and Kellett, who I guess probably saw her as, I mean, they probably had interactions and visits, and like was like, I'm so sorry,
Felt bad.
I'm
I've
mentally
done this to
unstable, but I'm okay now.
At what point do you stop believing the bitch?
At what point do the police and the professionals in the system like not allow people to be murdered?
Yeah, but you can't. You can't just put someone away under the assumption they're going to murder somebody.
Yeah, you got to let them out. Let them murder first.
She attempted to murder her baby.
I'm just
under post-night
and then slash somebody's face.
Under psychosis.
Yeah, the crazy plea always is good.
But then who signed off on giving her a ride to the house that she was trying to get to kill her husband and his mother?
No, because she slashed that woman's face and forced her to by knife point.
Yeah, but no.
Oh,
she got
later.
Released to their care.
Well, that's what I'm saying is while she was
system.
in the hospital, I'm assuming she had contact with them, and the hospital was working on her psychiatric state. Her family didn't want her, so she didn't really have any family. So they were the ones that were like, all right, well, you know what I mean? We have to release her to somebody, and they felt bad enough to take her in.
Stupid.
I think at that
they're
point,
also legally married and have a kid together.
Right.
Remember that.
For sure.
Right.
But
Legally
like,
married.
That baby's, she's already tried to off. So
Yeah, but she's okay now. That was just a little postnatal depression, Gavin.
She's fine now.
You know what I mean? Have a heart.
No.
Have a heart.
Not gonna.
Hey, people change,
For
man.
sure. Some people also need to get put down.
Yeah, agreed.
Well, so listen.
Oh.
She got released in 1976 into the care of her mother-in-law, right? Huh. They moved to a nice suburb. She obtained a job at a Dinmore Meat Works, which
back at
Another butcher.
Yeah, another butcher type place.
Cutting more things.
They had another daughter in 1980.
They had another daughter. So they were.
Did she
4 years
violently
later?
push this one around in a pram as well?
No.
Good.
Yeah, so 4 years later, Katherine Knight, left Kellett and moved in with her parents. She returned to work there. She decided to leave Kellett.
Where does she get off?
She's a proud woman, independent lady.
She's like, I'm not gonna. No, he didn't leave me. I'm leaving him.
But this is like 8
That's
years
what it
after.
comes down to.
This is 8 years after she.
When she's
initially was
apparently
released.
doing the best she's done.
Well, I don't even know what that means. That means she isn't.
She's got a
trying to hurt
job.
people.
She
Hasn't
isn't.
sliced
She
somebody in
isn't
the
holding
face
people
in a couple
hostage.
years.
Yeah.
She's non-violently pramming.
Yeah. it just has to be on her terms. That you know what I mean.
Right.
For sure.
Control thing.
Yeah. So she moved back to her original hometown, but a year later she hurt her back and went on disability pension. So she no longer needing to rent. So she got a housing. She was set up by the government.
Sure.
Knight then met 38-year-old miner David Saunders in 1986. A few months later, he moved in with her and her 2 daughters.
Fooled him. I got him,
Dude,
bitch.
I mean, she's got some magical pussy, dude.
I mean, she also got that pension check coming now.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, Australia
But he's
pays
got a job.
big.
She's got some good broke pussy and a pension check coming in. She's starting to look
And
like
here's
a
the
catch.
thing. It sounds like she was someone that like kind of over, like, I don't know what it's called when you smother. She smothered the fuck out of these dudes and like made them feel wanted immediately because
Probably.
she just was like, I need you.
Yeah.
And then, dude, there's plenty of people that get very attached to that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, I need to get the fuck out. Then they get killed.
So they would have, he kept his old apartment. So she would get mad and throw him out. So and then beg him to return.
Yeah.
So very borderline personality.
So, yeah,
all this
borderline.
So beg him return, but eventually she got very upset. Well, he had a 2-month-old dingo pup.
Oh, he had a little dingo.
It's the dingo.
It's a cute one.
Oh,
Little
he's
dingo.
I love dingoes. They're adorable.
Aren't they?
He had a dingo. That's so cool.
Yeah. So she cut its throat in front of him for no reason.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
okay. All right.
All right. Killing humans was bad. Then I heard she killed
Yeah.
a dog.
That's it.
Saying it's an example of what would ever happen if he had an affair.
Oh my god. She. Oh.
She made an example
Then-
of the innocent puppy.
So, okay. Just picture this scene. They're just having a little breakfast. She gets an idea in her head. Oh, this dude could leave me. So she grabs his pup, cuts its throat, says this is what's going to happen, then knocks him out with a fucking frying pan.
Knocked him out. Another
After.
frying pan incident.
Yeah, just to add on to, hey, I just killed your little baby
Oh, you
dog.
upset? Let me knock you the fuck
Yeah, I'm
out
just
too.
gonna knock you out.
just in case you ever got the idea
Right.
to leave me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh god, so insane. Like, let me do things that will make you leave me because I'm
Well-
in fear of you leaving me.
But she just put all her eggs in one basket and it worked.
Just the fear. It's straight up like
It has to be a certain kind of man.
it's terrorism.
Yeah, it's so he stayed with her. My dog heard about the dingo pup.
Mimi,
She
come here.
is not happy.
May's upset.
Hey, pup.
Then they had a baby together a year
Okay.
later.
Natural progression.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a classic
you know.
Australian love story.
They bought a little house together.
Beautiful. White picket fence. Got another dingo.
She decorated the house with animal skins, skulls, horns, rusty animal traps, leather jackets, old boots, machetes, rakes, and pitchforks.
Oh my god.
Like
No
a Wild
space,
West thing.
including
Woman
the
of my
ceilings,
dreams.
was left uncovered.
Look, she's a homemaker.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, homemaker.
Professional decorator, was sounds like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not a hoarder at all.
Not a hoarder.
Nope.
Nothing creepy about
She
it.
keeps things that are worth a lot of money.
Was she still keeping the knives above her bed?
I'm assuming yes.
Well,
So
yeah.
then after an argument,
Claw.
she hit Sanders in the face with an iron this time.
Okay, so she's evolved from frying pans at
Yes.
this point.
Yeah, but all household.
And back in the
you know.
that was that like real iron.
Right.
With no electric ass iron.
Right. You heat the iron on the freaking
It's
stove top and
heavy. And then stabbed him in the stomach with a pair of scissors.
then right.
Because that's,
Wait. What did he do?
after an argument.
Oh. Probably like, yeah, you drank the last milk.
No, it's probably knowing borderline, I've
She
met
created
a few,
it, of course.
100%.
Yeah.
Hey, this thing that you never did that could potentially happen.
And
Why
he
do
was
you
just
look
like,
at me
no,
like
that
I'm
wasn't
crazy?"
me, honey. And she's like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Kong.
So yeah, stomach, pair of scissors, insertion. He moved back to his apartment.
It's fair.
It's the best movies made.
Eventually, he went to get his clothes. She cut them all up, and he went into hiding.
Do you think she cut
He
them
went
up with
into
the same
hiding?
scissors?
Yeah, he
Of
went
course.
into hiding.
Good move.
Great move.
Where's his kid?
Hopefully also.
I don't know.
Might violently take him to get ice cream.
So
He's going to Sur La Table to
Couple
pick up
years-
new frying pans.
nice Sur La Table reference, dude.
I got him, man.
I used to think when I was young it was Sur La Table.
Oh yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
It's one right under
Serve-
Serve Beppo at the farmer's market.
that's why you know it.
World famous farmer's market.
Oh God. So 1990 gets pregnant with a 43-year-old former arbiter. Another coworker gave birth to a little boy. Relationship lasted 3 years. Then she left him because she'd been having an affair with Mr. John Price.
So she's getting around.
John's dead.
She's getting around
So
the
we were
butcher
talking
shop.
about earlier, like she hates men, and I think she does talk about like, but consistently needs to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
She hates men, but she loves
it's
being
your-
a butcher.
Typical. It's borderline shit.
I know. So
This is an extreme case, though.
John Pricey Price. His
John
nickname
Pricey
was
Price.
Pricey.
Was he a salesman? No, he was an arbiter.
I don't know what a fucking arbiter is.
I don't either.
No, it's not. He was the father of 3 children when Knight had an affair with him. So he had 3 kids. They start sleeping together. Apparently, he's a terrific bloke. That's what they say in Australia.
Oh,
Yeah, terrific blokey.
that was it.
That's funny. That's what they say is blokey.
If you could rewind, did you say they had 3 kids together?
No, he had his own 3.
He had his own 3.
She's got like 4 at this point.
Yeah.
She's
All
racking 'em
different
up.
people.
She's talking him up. I'm assuming they come and live with him. So
She's creating a little army. She's got all the pitchforks she needs.
Mm-hmm.
They're hung
So-
up on the roof.
he wasn't with his wife. This was completely like he wasn't. They had already divorced, but he had his kids, the young daughter with her. He has the older kids, so he was well aware of her violent reputation. Word got her. This is 1990 now, so
See, year I was
this
born.
is pretty modern.
Yeah.
You know,
It's a good year.
modern shit. She moved into his house in 95. His children liked her. He was making a lot of money working in the local mines. And apart from violent arguments, at first life was a bunch of roses, quote unquote, from Price or from her.
From
I don't know.
Pricey Price.
In 98, they had a fight over Price's refusal to marry her. In retaliation, Knight videotaped items he had stolen from work and sent the tape to his boss.
Okay, that's the classic borderline personality we all know and love.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Wait.
the classic.
Price.
So that Knight
Oh,
filmed.
Knight.
She took a videotape of shit that he had apparently stolen from his work
Sent it in.
and sent it them, even though they were like items that had expired
Right.
and were going to be thrown away.
So stuff he hadn't even really stolen.
It's borderline, so to speak.
I see what you did there.
I'm good with words.
Nice. Double entendre.
So they were like out of date medical shit, like not even. But he was fired. They had to fire him after 17 years. He kicked her out immediately. She returned home, and there was like news of what she did went through the town. A few months later, Price restarted their relationship, although he now refused to allow her to move in with him. The fighting became even more frequent, and most of his friends would no longer have anything to do with him while they remained together.
So he restarted it.
Yeah. Which to me is worse than getting stabbed. If getting snitched on by your partner.
May.
I mean, I feel like they both have like, a break of trust. I trust that.
Well,
you're not gonna
I
stab
think
me.
one's just super lame, and the other one's metal. Stabbing, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Snitching, super lame.
The stabbing I'd forgive faster.
Yeah.
I'd be like, all right, you fly off the rails. I get that. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
we
Get
can
a little
work with
violent,
that.
get a
Just
little
some
crazy.
passion.
Just a little passion. This is like premeditated. Fuck you.
It's gross.
Yeah.
It's just
This
like,
wasn't heat of the moment stuff,
Yeah.
it's like, how
you
can I
planned
fuck
to
with this
him.
dude?
So yeah, okay, so he made the right move. He got out of there.
No, he got back.
No, then he gets her back.
He got her back.
No, a few months later, Price restarted their relationship, but refused to have her live with him. And the fighting got worse. In February of 2000, a series of assaults on Price culminated with... Okay, I don't want to get that far ahead for you guys. Oh, yeah, no. Stabbing Price in the chest.
Oh,
So, yeah, this is the first. So, she stabs him in the chest. He gets fed up, finally, and kicks her out of the house. He had a restraining order out on her. Can't be around his children either. He told his coworkers if he did not come home from work, it was because she had killed him. And they're like, please don't go home. But he did. So
Okay, so that case you're building for her just having fire pussy is really starting to kind of take shape here.
thank you.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from.
I think these dudes all suck.
So this is the picture I'm painting for you. So he goes to work. He's like, he had put this restraining order on her. His coworkers are like, just please, like, be safe. And he's like, well, if I don't show up, this is why. So he goes back to his home to find his 3 kids had been sent away to a friend's house for a sleepover by night by her.
It's never good.
So she had come in, but she wasn't there, which is weird.
Right.
He goes to bed. He's like, okay, whatever. She shows up, had bought sexy new black lingerie.
All right. All
And
right.
they proceeded to have sex.
Okay.
So this chick,
Good night.
all this stuff, she's got the restraining order, and he just she shows up, breaks into his house, and he's cool with that.
Dressed, yeah, but, well, she was wearing black lingerie.
Yeah.
She's looking all sexy. I don't know what she looks like, but
Yeah.
She tried.
Literally mid, like, he come, like, literally, like, mid post-coital, she grabs a butcher knife, which she happened to have next to the bed,
because that's where you keep them.
and stabs him 37 times.
No shit.
Like, on top of him. 37 fucking times.
So she let him climax.
Yes.
And then was like,
Which is quite generous.
That's
well,
super
it
generous.
is. I'm shocked she didn't. 37 times. Where? Everywhere? Chest?
All over. Front and back of his body, many wounds, vital organs. So, that's not where it ends. That is not where this story ends, folks.
Okay.
It only gets good for... This
Not
is
for his
now
story
the
ends.
good start.
Woo!
Shit starts.
Now we're getting into it.
Later, she skinned him,
Right, obviously.
Well, she's a butcher.
Yeah.
That's what she does.
hung his skin from a meat hook in the lounge.
Did she wear it? Tell me she fucking wore it.
No.
Ah, fuck.
She just...
Lame.
she then decapitated him, cooked parts of his bodies, serving up the meat with baked potato, pumpkin, zucchini, cabbage, and yellow squash and gravy, and 2 settings at the dinner table, along with notes beside each plate, each having the name of one of his children on it. She was preparing to serve his body parts to his children.
Oh my god. This is beyond borderline. This cross when you skin a man, cook him up, and I'm talking all the fixins. She didn't just it wasn't just like boiled head.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
She went all out. She
Yeah.
made a really
Meal.
nice meal out of his flesh to
Different
serve
body
to-
parts. A third meal was thrown into the back lawn for unknown reasons. Speculated she tried to eat it, but didn't. You
Well,
know,
she just wasn't feeling
his
it,
head
couldn't
was
do it.
found in a pot with vegetables. The pot was still warm when they came. So she had just like when they like because people were like, oh, he didn't show up for work, and eventually the cops went out. She had like just finished all this shit. She arranged his body, the left arm draped over an empty, soft like a liter soft thing, and the legs crossed.
Wait, this is his body but skinned?
His skin body without a head and missing body parts.
my God.
One arm's over like a soda bottle, and his legs are crossed. Like she propped the body
See,
up.
this is far beyond borderline.
Yeah. She had left a note, bloodstained and covered with pieces of flesh. Time got you back, Jonathan, for rapping. Misspelled raping. My daughter, misspelled daughter. You to Beck, Price's daughter's Beck, for Ross, for Little John, his son, now playing with Little John's dick, John Price, sick.
What?
She's retarded.
Yeah,
So
she's retarded.
Also
Yeah.
retarded.
So she was trying to say, which is completely ground, like there's no evidence at all that this ever happened.
That
he
Price raped his daughter.
her daughter. False accusations of rape. That's check number 10 for borderline. Sorry. Any listeners out there struggling.
Get help.
Please seek help.
So
We love you.
Dude, that is so gnarly. This jumped a bit there at the end. She did. So she didn't. Did the kids ever get a chance to enjoy their father?
No.
So that was her biggest mistake, I think, that night.
Timing.
Was sending
Food
them
was
out.
cold, man.
Food was cold.
Yeah.
Kids didn't come home.
So she's in the cannibal category.
She
I mean, it
is.
sounds
Yeah.
like she kind of fucked that up too, though, because it sounds like she spit it out.
I mean, she ate it. She had to have
And she took a
tried
couple
it.
dead bites, probably.
And she's like, yeah, I can't.
She
taste like
claimed
shit.
does that make you a cannibal?
her innocence.
I mean,
To this day, she's still in jail and alive.
so how can she claim it? As in, she's like, I didn't do it. Someone else did it, or like,
No,
I don't
what
recall.
Criminally insane, or
Let's
what?
see.
like, I was a different personality, so you can't charge me because right now I'm fucking Kathy.
She entered a plea not guilty of trial, blah, blah, blah. Oh, no, self-defense. So,
Self-defense.
Oh, because you skin people in
Yeah.
self-defense.
For sure. Cook them up too with squash and fucking
Yeah.
lettuce and
All the good ones.
taters.
yeah,
Yeah,
that
taters and
somehow
squash.
the-
Self-defense 101.
yeah.
Yeah, you always got to cut people's heads off and to make sure they don't keep coming at you.
If the body is skinned and draped over a liter of pop, that's clear sign of self-defense.
Right. Next time you guys see that, be like, oh, dude, she's probably just protecting herself. Self-defense.
She just still refused to accept responsibility for her actions.
Is she still alive?
Nice lawyers requested that Knight be excused to avoid hearing some of the... She got, like, hysterical when she heard about the skinning and decapitation and had to be sedated in court.
She's an actor.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Also, it's like this switch.
Right.
For
Two different
sure.
people.
A little bit of
But
realization
here's
of
the
what
thing,
you done.
She's been stabbing people for 35 years at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Natural progression.
You know, it couldn't.
It's
freak her
probably
out that
more
much.
freaking out that other people are seeing it, that
Yes.
it's gonna fuck her.
Right.
in the
Also
end.
seeing people's reaction to what she has done and realizing, oh shit, that was a little extreme.
yeah.
having to look at like legally set out evidence of what she did.
Right.
It's got to be jarring.
A lot of why she got life was because she tried to plead not guilty and so had no remorse. Never to be released, she appealed the life sentence, claiming it was too severe of a penalty for what she had done.
Right. Because we should let her out because that worked out
Yeah.
great in the past.
Oh yeah,
Every other time.
imagine if they did.
Dude, the people that get it's crazy. It wouldn't shock me.
So
Like, oh, she's
apparently, she is absolutely still alive, and apparently she's like people like she's in jail, and like I think she's had a relationship with another woman. She's seen as like a grandma and is very.
Is she heavily
Sweet.
medicated?
I'd hope so.
I would assume she is.
We could all hope.
We could all hope.
I wonder if she actually found love in that relationship with another woman in the prison.
I wonder if she found God.
If she found
God don't want her, man.
Yeah. I don't know.
Hey, you know what my thoughts are on this?
Yeah, let's hear it.
She is a terrible human, right? Terrible human.
Yeah.
But I think if her whole family molested her, raped her as a child, they should be murdered.
For sure.
Like,
But
I think, I mean,
here's this.
don't
How
get me-
about this?
what?
They were probably raped
Right.
and molested. And
Right, no,
then they were probably raped.
I know, and
So
it's
do
fucked,
we
and it's
take
all
out whole
fucked.
lineages?
Yeah,
Well,
100%.
you're saying just go ahead and,
Yeah.
and cut and dry. You know, just
That's my thought process.
What
if
if-
you're
stop
a
the cycle
rapist,
that way.
Yeah,
you
but
should
what?
die.
Okay.
A true one, and I'm not getting into
I
like
agree.
like the ones where like you're
How do you? So, once they rape someone, then you kill them, right? Let's say the dad rapes the daughter.
if you
kill the
rape
dad.
a child.
But then the daughter's fucked up. So then do you just kill the daughter because she'd been raped?
No,
I
one
mean, I
one
think
strike
that you
rule.
but you have to at that point because it's a cycle.
No, you they gotta have a chance.
Okay. What if they do it?
Kill him.
Then the
And then
next
what
person
about-
they rape, they do it.
Kill him.
Yeah, but okay. But then you're not fixing anything.
Right.
It's
Now
all
we're just
post.
doing rape and murder.
This is all.
Okay, here.
what we already
Here's
do.
the plan. Okay, you get raped, and you show any signs of anything crazy going on,
Yeah.
Not allowed to have kids. Cut it out.
We can't do that.
Cut it out.
Then you're who's the judge of
Hey,
that?
listen,
Right,
I'm not getting into that part. Not my job. But
that opens up a can of worms.
100%. I just think, listen, if there was a good way to do this, it'd be getting done. My thoughts are, if you rape a child, you should be killed.
You were physically abused and then you showed signs of like sociopathy.
Kill me so I don't do it to someone else.
That's my story though.
Yeah, but
you also want to die.
We're not talking about that.
we'd be doing you a favor.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry. Look,
no, but
here.
I'm saying,
It's no secret.
like as a kid, I could, show I was physically abused and did some things that were probably signs that weren't good.
Yeah, like wearing people's skin.
Yeah.
So
it's a red flag.
Not true.
It's a red flag. At
not
that
a
point,
thing, guys.
what should we do?
So yeah, what do you do?
It was just an animal.
It
was just an animal.
Mm-hmm. What do you do with a kid?
What do you do with the kid? I don't have the answers. I'm not the guy that's.
Well, that's what we're talking about.
Oh, what do we do? I don't know.
Put it down.
There's
No, it's
good
tough.
answer.
There's no good answer because it's fucked, and people are fucked up from other people.
You can't prevent people from doing people things.
Yeah, humans are the most. We are so fucked up.
We've been trying to prevent. I mean, because the only step is thought crime. Like that's the next step in justice system. Is
We're talking Minority Report.
yes is
yeah.
putting people away for intentions.
Right. If they're
or
looking at
potential
child
criminal.
porn, they're not getting charged for child porn. They're getting charged for potential rape.
Yeah, but no, but child. No, that's not what I'm talking about.
Well, yeah, we're charging them for potential rape.
That's not. No, you already get charged if you.
Yeah, no, but we're going to charge you to an more extreme level, saying that you will end up raping someone. So fuck you.
No, it's like okay, let's say you're like a troubled teen and you're listening to fucking, The Cure and Smashing Pumpkins and cutting yourself and
Smashing Pumpkins.
That's what's on your Facebook or whatever.
And you're goth.
And they arrest you because they potentially think you could be a harm to yourself or others.
Right, I'm not. You know what? Listen, that's extreme.
No, that's what we're talking about, though.
Oh, I hear you.
Those are signs that you're just a sad person who's
you can be
take it out.
Thought crimes. So then there's that other thing with that cop.
The cop.
We've talked about this on this podcast.
Cannibal cop.
Cannibal cop.
Yeah.
But he actually not cannibal cop.
Well, he wanted to be a cannibal.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
So,
but no,
there's
that's
an
the
actual cannibal cop.
Oh, okay.
There's another guy.
No, this
really
guy, he was on the chat
he
rooms
was on
where he
forum,
was
I want
all...
to roast my wife on a spit.
Yeah.
And got into detail, and where he crossed the line was he was talking about real people and involved like.
Well, no, then he ended up.
plans.
He was seeking someone out, but didn't he from the beginning say like, "Hey, just this is just role play."
Yep. He did. It's on a role play website.
But he just made it.
But he went on a family vacation. He stalked like a chick.
The old friend.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, he got charged, right?
Yeah,
Or
he's out.
He was on the.
But he didn't get
He got home
too
arrest
much.
for a long time.
But again,
Ruined
his
his life.
lawyer's argument was: do we arrest? Do we charge someone for their fantasies, for not thinking things but not acting on them?
Right.
Minority
Right.
Report.
It's like the same. Like there's people that literally work with pedophiles that don't rape.
Oh yeah.
Where they like are attracted to children and that's who they want to have sex with, but they haven't done it, and they're able to like talk about it and like not end up going that next step from porn to like actually a kid.
I'm fine with killing those people.
Yeah, even the porn is like at that point. It's
No, I'm down
No,
too.
because I've watched documentaries on them and like
The next step is a kid.
It's not that hard. It's literally like if it's the same thing as saying, okay, I'm a guy, right? Let's say I'm a guy and I've got like an extreme libido. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, I can't get it. It's like I'm deformed or some shit. And I had fantasies of like raping someone. Mm-hmm. It would be like them saying, oh, I just can't not rape them. You know what I mean? That wouldn't be okay.
No.
But it's okay when these guys are like, oh, I can't just not have sex with unwilling children.
Well, No. I agree that they should be killed.
No, I know, but I'm saying they're like protected.
There's something wrong,
and it's fucked
if that's
up.
your thing.
What about chemical castration? Just fucking take,
I agree,
take
and
their sex drive away completely.
They got Alan Turing.
No, but and it's all bullshit. They're all full of shit. Like, they just do. They claim they can't help themselves, which I think is complete bullshit.
Right.
Yeah, that sounds retarded.
That's the part where I'm like, shut the. You know what I mean? Like,
I couldn't help it.
Yeah.
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 It's like, oh, I want to jerk off. I'm just not going to do it if I can't do it. Yeah, I don't know.
Right. You could figure it out. Well, there's people that can.
There is a lot of porn on that internet, and if you can't help yourself but find yourself going to child porn, like
No, yeah. There's something wrong with your brain.
there's something going on with you.
And it might be something that was introduced, like, as in something wrong with your brain. Like, it might not be like you're born that way. It might be that, like, you
What
were
if you like
molested.
to look at like violent images online?
Who would do that?
I'm just curious. Like, is that a sign that somebody wants to?
I don't think so.
Well, there's morbid curiosity, which
Yeah.
is
See,
pretty
like,
regular.
Yeah,
Well, when
is.
does that
There's
cross
a
the
total
line?
Well, if you like, if that is what. Here's the thing: the sexual variant to all this is so gnarly. Like to murderers in general, serial
Yeah.
killers, most of them,
Especially
there is a
with
sexual
men,
side.
because you add the sexual side, and then you're adding testosterone and chemicals that are like driving forces
Right.
of humans.
Right.
So you add that on top of a weird fucking
Right.
desire that's hurts other people.
Yeah, and it becomes and
That's
and
not
like
okay.
that's why they say I can't help myself,
Yeah.
because I've like been in situations where I'm like seriously angry and I can't not say something.
Sure.
Of course, that's nothing like this,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. So then let's talk about her. She's clearly mentally unstable.
Yes.
she needs to be put down.
Yeah, but it's not her fault. Potentially. I'm arguing that side.
No, it's for sure her fault.
Like she was
Yeah, okay.
She
no,
hurt
let me,
people a lot.
So, yeah, but you put a child in a family where she's being raped by everyone. Her dad is raping her mom in front of her. She's being physically abused. They have no money. She has no education. Super low IQ, and on top of that, like a gnarly mental disorder. Are her actions her own?
Yes. I'm not saying that they aren't, kind of
Yeah.
like thrown off by
Yeah,
her
but she didn't
circumstance,
choose-
But yes, they are.
she
her
didn't
Yeah, but
choose
I
her
mean,
circumstance.
no, she didn't choose her circumstance, but I'm pretty sure, like most like people know.
She's retarded. I mean, I'm sorry. I guess we can't
Well,
say that anymore, but
We're allowed to.
yeah,
We're gonna say retarded.
she's, and I mean that in the medical point of view.
Right, I
of
understand
her
that,
IQ
but
is under fucking 80.
You know, killing people is not okay.
I don't. I could argue in a state,
I
in
know,
a
we've
psychotic
gotten into
state,
this.
and with the low IQ, you don't.
And here's the thing: is she kept getting away with it too, which may have validated her beliefs that
Well, yeah, when the
this isn't
police
so
and the
bad.
medical industry, like you're
Well,
good.
yeah. And maybe she did have the split in her personality where it's literally no control, blackout rage.
Right. I think it doesn't matter. You have to take responsibility for what you've done.
Okay.
Right, the sane part of her should kick in and be like, yeah, you know what?
You'd hope the sane part
maybe I
would
am
be like,
guilty.
hey, this is what you did. And you'd hope the sane part of you would be like, yeah, lock me up so I don't do this to anyone else.
Yeah. I would also completely shut down the hospital that let her out. If I was like,
Should get looked
that let her out, the hospital that let her
Oh,
out.
yeah, sue the
they're-
fuck out
they're
of them.
done.
Yeah.
I would like more. I think, okay. So if I go along with that, I just think more people need to be punished than just her.
Yeah.
So yeah,
No, I believe
she
that
can be punished.
the systems that
For-
let society down, let price down, should be punished.
And there's plenty of cases of
So many.
the same situation not becoming a fucking killer.
Right.
someone in an abusive household, low IQ, blah blah blah.
Right. They don't end up killing anyone, but they ruin the life of someone else by.
Or they don't. Or they live a fine life.
Yeah, that's That's what makes it tough.
Yeah.
It's because there are people that might have gone through the same experiences as her that then turn out to be okay.
Yeah.
Troubled their whole life, and that stays with them, but make a life.
Yeah. What causes borderline personality? Is it a cause thing or something you're born with or traumatic events? Probably traumatic events.
Dude, it's so weird how like working in the mental health industry, they have no clue how shit happens.
But I think what the theory is, it's trauma based or perpetual trauma based. So you're being raped or whatever, something's happening to you over and over, and you have to create this like separate
defense mechanism
self to deal with it
to survive.
Yeah, and then you use that,
right? And then there's no
to take
once it
happens.
Once you've created that person, it's with you,
right?
And it comes out when need be.
Yeah,
and who knows how and when.
I genuinely feel bad for people that have, like I've met
100%.
I know a lot of people borderline, and it's really fucking gnarly.
Yeah,
misunderstood.
Yeah. I pity them. It's sad.
It's hard to deal with.
Oh yeah.
I think all three of us have worked in the mental health industry here.
Yeah. It's the hardest type of people to deal with.
Yeah.
Hot, cold.
Schizophrenia, I can deal with it.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, simple. It's straightforward.
Bipolar can deal with it. It's absolutely because they seem completely normal until they're not.
Right.
And then you know what's going on, and it's just like, okay, we'll chill. We'll get to the other side of this one. We kind of have a way of going about it.
It's like super vindictive though. A lot of it's like.
Yeah, but again, is that unintentionally vindictive because it's a disorder, or?
Right. What makes it tough is that there's a lot of borderline people that like literally can. They work fine in society.
Yeah,
like they work.
I think just like a bipolar person likes to be in mania, they can like to be in that vindictive way where they get everything they want and need.
Right.
Blah, blah, blah.
It's true.
So
it's just gnarly. Mental health is so fucking crazy.
Oh, my doggy went
snoring.
from whining because she wanted to get on the couch to snoring away, just making noise on the podcast.
Listen. Nope. She stopped now. Of course.
Well, we're going to try to get her to snore on mic.
ASMR.
You guys hear that? Got another snore.
So that's May.
Pitbull.
That's the velvet.
That's a good pop.
She's 6 years old. She's
like last week.
The mascot of the Drop Dead podcast. But we're at like 53 minutes.
We're back.
Good place. We're back, dude. Content's flowing. Be sure to check out again 2 Reels podcast with Joey Bean Khan.
Joey.
Very, very smart dude. He's a writer. So
and knows film just as
and he
much
knows films almost as much
Nick.
as me. And speaking of which, check out my other podcast with Mo. Horror movies, talking all things film, specifically horror. And we'll be dropping one of those a week, one of these a week, and just have shit flowing.
Pumping them out.
Pumping.
You got time.
Comment in the comment section below. How bad Gavin was, scale of 1 to 10.
Hit that like button, subscribe if you love Gavin.
Yeah. Or if
we want you to actually subscribe. We want
if you don't like Gavin.
We want them to subscribe. So yeah, just subscribe either way. And
bye.
Didn't we have a thing?
A sign off?
Yeah.
Did Sean do it?
We just ended up arguing to the end.
That is true.
Yeah.
I thought we were like, didn't we while we were like do the whole coming on paper thing and eating it?
Whatever happened to soft dick cum?
Did we do that? Soft dick cum.
Soft dick cum.
Oh.
Soft dick cum.
SDC.
SDC for life. Signing out.
Later.